Donald Trump and the routed Republicans. It smacks of defeat in Donald Trump's camp, and it is less and less clear that he will be able to turn the tide. The polls are more unfavorable to Donald Trump than they were in 2016, but this is not the only sign of defeat. Every day, Republican elected officials distance themselves from the president, fearing that they will be drawn with him into a defeat that would seriously weaken the party. Trump has strengths, but those may well be insufficient for a remake of his 2016 comeback. Crowds and enthusiasm. Donald Trump keeps telling everyone that he won the 2016 election down the stretch, and he's counting on the enthusiasm generated by his rallies to repeat the feat. Its rallies aren't as impressive as they were in 2016, however, and the atmosphere isn't really hectic there anymore. As the public is tired of Trumpian escapades, they occupy less space in the media space than in 2016. Above all, these human masses agglutinated without masks and without distancing are an eloquent demonstration of Trump's dangerously cavalier approach to the pandemic. More importantly, if Trump's supporters say they are more enthusiastic than Biden's, the latter are as likely to vote, if not more. For Trump, the arguments and the means are starting to be scarce. A moan and disoriented countryside. The Trump campaign had a huge financial advantage at the start of the year, but it has wasted a lot of its funds and is singularly cash-strapped. The result, Biden's ad clearly dominates key states, and Democrats have more leverage to get the vote out. In addition to the sinews of war, what the Trump campaign lacks is precise direction, a clear and meaningful message. Trump's attempts to deflect attention to the flaws, real or imagined, of his opponent have failed, as have his laughable efforts to portray Democrats as dangerous leftists. The last thing Republicans need to turn up the hill is the daily spectacle of a crazy president, unable to explain why he should be given a second term. Last chance debate. There is still a small slice of the electorate who could be persuaded to side with Trump and who believe him economically credible. What those hesitant voters would like to hear from him in tonight's debate is a compelling plan to beat the pandemic and get the economy going. Donald Trump, however, probably remains convinced that he will dominate the debate by accusing his counterpart of all sins and by repeating to whom better than his administration has perfectly managed the pandemic, and that he has the magic formula to make it happen: the economy. His rantings no longer convince anyone. Either way, millions of voters have already voted, and the proportion of those who could still change their mind is tiny. The end is coming,